So the first thing we want to do is to configure the order types. So the order types, basically they are the spine of how we process transactions and how our marketplace works. To configure the order types, go to Settings, and then to Order Types. And here you'll have all the parameters that you can modify to customize the way the transactions will behave on the marketplace. So here is the main configuration screen for your order types. And the first thing you want to do is to make sure that you select booking rental as the transaction type. Next, we want to show prices on each listing page, so make sure that enable price on listing is on yes. And then we won't bother with the next two configuration options, as they mostly for product marketplaces, so we don't need them. So we can skip that and leave it to no. Next up, we have the text that will appear on the purchase button on listing pages. Just let me show you what I'm talking about quickly. So when you go on a listing, you will see a big green button here, and this is this text right here. So we want to customize this text to whatever we want, but we won't get too fancy, so we'll just put by this gig. Next, you can customize the text that will appear on free listings if you ever have the case where a seller provides free service. So this is the text that will appear in place of the purchase button. And then, of course, you want to make sure you enable payments, because you want to be able to process payments on your marketplace. And the last option of this panel is the price units, which is a way to say what's the time frame with which the freelancers will bill, their time. So usually it's per hour, per day, per night, per week, or per month. So for our service marketplace, we'll simply pick the two first, so per hour and per day. And if you have a very specific price unit that's not here, you can of course add a custom one. Next up are the booking rental options. Since we're not a booking rental marketplace but a service marketplace, here the options don't apply, so we can leave all the options to no. Next, the product selling options don't apply, so we move on. Next is the sample preview section, and for our marketplace we want to allow our sellers to provide external links to maybe their previous work or some portfolio, so make sure to enable this parameter. And you can customize the label for this section, but we'll just leave it to live preview. Next, head over to the Images tab, and we'll make a few simple tweaks here. First, we want to use the supplier's avatar as listing cover. So when visitors will browse the listings, they'll see the seller's pictures. We set the next parameter to yes to enable our users to upload images, and then select the number of images they can upload. And we'll choose the maximum here, which is 3. And we set the last parameter to no, so users don't have to upload at least one image. Next, we'll quickly go over the Quantity tab, just to make sure that everything is set to no, since we're not dealing with any products. Next, head over to the Fees tab, and this is where we'll be able to specify the type and amount of fees that we want to have on each transaction. So you can choose between fixed fees or percentage fees. So either a fixed amount or a 10%, 15%, 20% on each transaction. And the parameter in the middle is simply when you're dealing with quantities, but we're not dealing with quantities here, so just leave it on this option no, apply the fixed fee once per order, it doesn't matter.